In this video, we are going to have a look at the evolution of the Sony PlayStation controllers. Hello and welcome to the ATG show. I present to you Mr. ATG Gaming. What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. So like I said in the intro, we are going to have a look at the evolution of the PlayStation console controllers. We all have a memory of punching our brothers in the face with that controller. Now, let's go back and have a look at what they used to look like. We sometimes forget what we fight over. So let's have a look. Let me remind you what that fight was all about. Here we go. So first in line, ladies and gentlemen, we have the old famous, the OG, the one and only PlayStation 1 controller. Beautiful gray finish, two beautiful little analog sticks. If I remember correctly, this controller does not have the vibration function in it. But let's just have a look at it closer. It is a beautiful piece of art. This is a piece of art. It does have your analogs over here, and your R2, L2, L1 button over there. Your buttons are like all the other controllers. On the right you have your shapes, and on the left you have your arrows, your start and select, and then your analog on and off button over here. It is a wired controller, not like the newer consoles, but we all know that this bad boy, wow, is the reason for a lot of good fights. So this is the OG console controller, the PlayStation 1. Nice gray finish. Let's move on to the next one. Up next in line, we do have the PlayStation 2. Now I think this controller is the first time they brought it out with vibration, if I remember correctly. Now this is a black controller. It looks exactly the same as the PlayStation 1 controller. However, it is a little bit lighter, where the PlayStation 1 controller is a bit heavier. Also a wired controller, but then they brought in your DualShock 2. Now I think that is the fact that it can vibrate. I do not remember the PlayStation 1 controller vibrating. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it looks exactly the same. Your analogs on the same places. All the buttons are literally on the same places. It also feels the same in your hand, and they are even the exact same size. So the PlayStation 2 controller, the only difference might be the vibration and the fact that it's black. Beautiful little controller. Just have a look at that. Now, the PlayStation 3 is where shit got futuristic. There was nothing more between you and your controller and the console. They took away the wires. Believe it or not, the person I bought my PlayStation 3 from actually thought it was a Karimor backpack, and they Tipexed on it for some reason. I have absolutely no idea why. But this is where it got futuristic. They completely took away the wire, added in a Bluetooth module, and you could now play your PlayStation without plugging in your remote into your console. Now this really saved a lot of people a lot of money. I'm going to tell you why. You all know that feeling of and you rip your whole console from the cupboard. Now all you do is you smash your remote, and you just have to buy a new remote, and not a remote and a console. So they really did us a solid when taking away the wire. Same look and feel. The remote also is the exact same size as the PS1 and the PS2. They actually look quite similar, where we have this little button now, which this is our little power up button. We can now power up the console from the remote. We don't need to walk 4 meters to the console to turn it on. I mean, who wants to walk 4 meters if they're in the mood for gaming, am I right? So ladies and gentlemen, this is our PlayStation 3 console. This is where they really started moving towards the future. Look, Mom, no wire. Now, the PlayStation 4 remote is one of my all-time favorites. Let's have a look at this. Whoom. Wow, look at this piece of art. My analog sticks are a little bit old and rusty. I've had this remote for many years. So now this is where they moved away from the original look on the PlayStation remote. As we can see, it looks completely different from the previous remote versions. The buttons are still in the same places. This still has the same feel to it, but it does look really good. Now I think the PlayStation 5 remote was also inspired by this look. I do not have a PlayStation 5. Hint, hint. I do not have a PlayStation 5, but I think the remote was inspired by this look. This is a really good looking remote where they also added in a little touchpad as well as an in-remote speaker. I know if I play GTA, the cops, the intercoms of the cops, or the radios or whatever you want to call them, comes through here, and that gives you that really 3D feeling that you're actually in deep trouble that you need to get out of. So I really personally love this remote. The other difference is that your start and select now sit here because of the touchpad. You still have your power on button over here, and again, no wire, and you have a really cool little light here that goes different colors. I know in GTA, I'm a massive GTA fan if you didn't get that. This goes red and blue as the cops chase you to give you that whole cop car lighting feel. I know when you switch the lights off, it literally feels like the cops chasing you. I actually had to run away out of my office the other day because I got scared. So that is it, the PlayStation 4 DualShock 4, I don't know. Then we have this little bad boy coming in last that comes with a PlayStation Classic. No analogs, no nothing. Really not a nice controller to hold, feels very cheap to me. I do, however, love the PlayStation Classic, don't get me wrong. I just don't like the feel of this. It really feels cheap to me, but it is quite sturdy, don't get me wrong, it's not going to break, but it does feel a little bit cheap. It doesn't give me that PlayStation feel. So yeah, this is the remote that comes with your PlayStation Classic console. So now, let's move on over to the next scene. So ladies and gents, that is it for our video today. I want to thank mtech.co.za for making all my videos possible. I also want to thank all of you guys for the ones that are going to do it and the ones that already did. Click that subscribe and like button. Leave me your thoughts in the comments and let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. It is an absolute pleasure to bring you guys content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.